What's up everyone, my name is Max and today we'll be taking a look at the 75082, the TIE Advanced prototype. I know the title says something different, but Inquisitor Starfighter just sounds better. This seemed quite topical since Kenobi will be releasing in less than a week and oh boy, I am excited. We've already seen our boy, the Grand Inquisitor, in the trailer, so I thought, hey, why not review the only set with him in it currently? And then I can also judge whether it's worth buying the set with the Inquisitor's Scythe Transporter releasing this summer, which also includes the Grand Inquisitor. But before we start with this set's basic information, I'd like to ask you to hit the like button and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And please excuse my poor English, I'm no native speaker. But now let's jump in with this set's basic information. It released in January of 2015 under the classic orange Rebels box art line. The retail price of this one was $40, £40 or €50 depending on where you live. If you adjust that for inflation, $40 back in 2015 would now be around $49. It came with a total piece count of 355 pieces, which puts it at about 11.3 cents a piece in 2015 and 13.8 cents nowadays. This set was designed by Jordan Scott, who also worked on sets like Rex's ATTE or 2015's Imperial Shuttle Tydirium. Recently he's worked on a few video and Monkey Kid sets, but hopefully he'll return to Star Wars and make more sets like the Imperial Shuttle. Enough of that now though, let's jump into further details, starting with the minifigures of this set.
I almost got it. Oh. There. Now remember, sir, no thank yous. Here, I'll take that. You didn't need my help. And besides, I didn't come to help. Just came to score a little tech for the black market, you low rat.
Why, you little... You'll be sorry. Or dead. You'll be dead.
Our first figure for today will be the TIE Pilot included in the set. There isn't really much to say about this figure. The torso's pretty standard, continuing on the back as well. Leg printing is missing, which is kinda sad. The helmet uses the Rebel style print with the weirdly shaped eyes and this long stripe of which I couldn't find the name or simply just forgot it. Under the helmet we find the iconic angry clone face, although I'd have wished for them to print just the face on a black head, that way the back of the head wouldn't have looked so weird. Overall, a quite outdated figure here just in comparison to the 2021 TIE Pilot. Quite a step down and also only goes for about $2 on Bricklink.
They're coming. Stay hidden, or we will not survive.
Our second figure is the reason a lot of people originally bought the set, the Grand Inquisitor. They made a new chest piece specifically for this figure that was also never reused. Wish they'd do stuff like that again. But the piece looks really awesome and even has this handle on the back for his weirdly formed lightsaber to click in. If we take the armor off, you can see it's printed on the torso as well. Alongside that you have some more printing wrapping around the back as well. We also have some hip printing which continues the printing from the torso onto the legs. No torso side leg printing, but that is okay. The head looks very good, getting all his markings right and giving him his yellow eyes as well. Now we'll put the armor back on and also put the helmet on there as well. As you can see, the helmet fits perfectly. The chest piece is perfectly aligned with the helmet and you even have some more detail on the helmet itself. Overall, this is a great figure and I wish I could go back to the times where LEGO would just make two completely new molds for a single set which would never be reused again. Better times. Anyway, this is a cool minifigure and I'm excited to see how the new one will look, but until then, getting the Grand Inquisitor alone will cost you somewhere between $50 to $75.
I am concerned by what you allow him to represent, by failing to stop him. Hope. There are whispers of this alleged Jedi in the streets. In time, such whispers might spark belief in something other than the strength and security of the Empire. And that, gentlemen, is something I cannot have.
Our last figure for today will just be a normal Imperial Officer. There again isn't a lot to say about this guy, no arm or leg printing, which is fine here, I'd argue. His torso has some printed detail on here, like his badge, or his belt which wraps around the back where we have some more printing. The face looks quite good if you ask me, and the head is a nice mold with a little bit of printing on there. With all that said, it's quite a boring figure going for about $5 to $8 on Bricklink. But now, let's move away from the figures and onto the actual build. And here we have the build. It looks okay, but let's be real here, you aren't really buying this set for the build, more so for the Inquisitor minifig. Anyways, let's get started right away with the wings. Unlike most TIE fighters, there's no black on the outside but on the inside. These wings can also fold in, kinda like Moff Gideon's TIE fighter, but of course it doesn't have the usual shape of a TIE fighter. This is because the wings are a lot smaller and the connection from the cockpit to the wings is a lot thicker. But getting back to the wings, you can, as previously mentioned, fold them inwards, and now they're in the landing position. There's some stickers on the wings themselves and this printed dish piece on the base along with another sticker on the back. On the back of the fighter we have this little hexagon which moves this plate right here that is attached to this teeny tiny black pin here. What all of this combined does is you rotate this hexagon and the pin on the bottom fires off these two flick fire missiles. Everyone knows how these work and the mechanism to shoot them off is quite cool as well. The connection from the cockpit to the wings is, as previously mentioned, a lot thicker than on normal TIE fighters. This allows for more detail with these two stickers here and some brick build stuff. The hedge up here looks great and I'm kinda sad that they only used it for 2 sets. The front windshield is great. It was actually introduced with this set. It has been reused on a lot of newer TIE fighters as well. If we fold the windshield down and the hedge up, you'll be able to take a look at the inside of the cockpit. There's not a lot of space in there, but it's also not too small. In the front we have this control panel in form of a red transparent tile on a droid torso, which works well in my opinion. As you can see, there's no stud in there and the figure is only held in its place by this piece right here. Now we can put the Inquisitor in there and as you can see, he fits in there very well. You could easily fall out of that position, but if you close both windshields and hedge, there isn't much space for him to move and it shouldn't bother you anyway. Overall, it looks pretty good, and you know what? I'll give you my final verdict now. Now, what do I think of this set? Is it still worth buying with the new Inquisitor ship coming out in a few months? In my opinion, no. Don't get me wrong, this is a pretty good set, not one of the best, but figure-wise and build-wise decent, especially for $40. But of course you aren't going to be paying $40 for this set anymore. Getting the set sealed nowadays will set you back about $140 to $170. And as good as the set might look, it's just not worth it. The Inquisitor figure isn't worth $150 anymore like it was for a short time. That's why I'd say get the new one coming out this summer. It'll have better minifigs and won't cost you $150. That's why I'd give the set a 7.5 out of 10 with no buying recommendation. That is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more of me, check out my shorts channel. I post there every other day, and until the next video, goodbye.